Hello, dolls. Welcome back to another Thriving Thursday live stream. This is our last one of April. I'm a little sad because this month has been really good with finances. Like, I feel like money is something that we always need to get together, like, we always need to hear about. But don't fret because next month I'll be back with another series on mental health. So I am looking forward to that because you guys know that's really important to me. If you're new here or you're just happening to catch this video, I'm going to get started around the 4-minute mark, so you can skip ahead if you want, or you can just listen to the announcements. Hello, everybody. Hello, Shamel. I was saying hi in the comments, but I'm going to flash y'all across the screen. Hello, Shamel. Hello, Yasmin. Always glad to have you here. And yes, subscribe to both our channels. Like, that's what we want. Hello, sis. Hey, Benedicta. Don't forget to like this. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy this content and it helps them push it out more. And of course, like, if you're not subscribed to our channel, subscribe and share this out to your social media and all that good stuff. Also, quick announcements. You can check the description box for all of our special guests information, her links. I try to put everything that I pretty much knew about, but if I miss anything, she'll plug it at the end of this live stream. So make sure you stick around or come back. If you got to pop out real quick, come back. Also, if you would like to join the newsletter that I send out, it's free. It goes out on the 1st and 15th of every month. And I just share gems on business, faith, and life insight, what I'm going through, what I'm working on, what's going on in my life, stuff that I just don't share elsewhere. It's like our one-on-one time. So you have nothing to lose. And eventually, once I have a reason to, I'll be giving discount codes to the email list and stuff like that. So click the link down below to join the newsletter. Also, if you are an aspiring creative entrepreneur, or maybe you just got started in business and you're like, okay, I want to make income using my gifts, talents, and things I'm passionate about, but I don't know how to do that, go ahead and book a creative consultation call. I will help you take all the stuff in your mind and make it cohesive in a way where you can make at least some income from it, if not create a full business. So that link is down below as well. And also, hello, Michelle. I'm glad that you're watching the ads. And yes, it's a face B. I had to beat the face. I try to on Thursdays, at least for y'all. So, join the newsletter, click the creative consultation call link. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Also, Christian's YouTube channel is linked down below. When you click the link, it's going to look sketch because I don't have a banner up. I don't have anything up yet, but we're going to get there. Okay, we're going to get there. So it's going to document me being a homeschool mom with a child with, minor special needs and stuff, and, blogging his life and all of that. So if you like vlogs and you like to watch children and all that, you will love his channel. It's going to be way more vloggy, way more personal than this channel. This channel is way more commentary and educational and stuff. So click the link down below, subscribe to his channel. And also, last but not least, if you would like to join the YouTube channel, become a member of my YouTube channel just for general support. At some point, I'll have special live streams and stuff for members. So you can click that join button down below, and that helps me a ton to just keep bringing great conversations like this, great expert conversations. So I would greatly appreciate that. And the Patreon will be up and running next month. So I'll share more about that. But if you want to check it out in advance, it's patreon.com/dailydell. I do appreciate donations as well. That's all in the description box. Everything that you need is always in the description box. So make sure you check that out, share the news, all that good stuff. But without further ado, I am going to go ahead and just set the tone for tonight. So this is, like I said, the final installation of the Financial Balloon series that I did for Financial Literacy Month this month. If you missed the other videos, you need to go watch those. The 14th, we had Sierra DeVoe. She talked about budgeting and money management, and she really just helped us realize that budgeting is something that we can do. Like, a lot of times we hear the word budget and we're like, too much. And then on the 21st last week, we had my girl Sakia from Speak Sakia, and she dropped gems on credits. Okay, so go back and listen to that, but also support those women in their businesses and their nonprofits and what they got going on. And then tonight we have my good friend Alicia Nunnally, which you know as Alicia's Adventures. You probably have seen her in the chat. If you're not new here and you've been here, you've probably seen her in the chat from time to time. And so we're going to talk about how to thrive while you're single. But if you're not single, don't click off, okay? Because you can get gems from this. Share it with your single friends or non-single friends, whatever, because this is not going to be a conventional conversation. Some of the things might seem conventional, but we're definitely going to touch on some topics that I think affect how you thrive as a single person, including taking risks and things like that. So it's going to be a good conversation. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Alicia in here. Y'all be patient with her. She showed up like a trooper. She's not feeling well, but she still showed up. So it's a dedication for me. So y'all better subscribe to her channel because she showed up. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her in here.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, sis?
I'm making it okay, as you can hear in my voice. But I'm still
Yes.
making it, and I'm here, and I'm excited to be part of the financial, conversations. I'm honored to be a guest and happy to share what I know.
Yes, I'm glad to have you here because you're one that's not afraid to take risks, and I feel like that's necessary when you're talking about thriving financially. So yeah, I
Mhm.
was like, we got to get you on here for sure because I'm not built like that. I'm not taking all the risks that you take, so I'm here. I'm here for it.
It's so
So
funny.
before we dive in, we're gonna play a game of Would You Rather. And so I
Okay.
just have 7 questions and just, answer which one you would rather prefer. So the first one
Okay.
is, would you rather be one of the world's leading experts in one field or be the most well-rounded and versatile person in the world?
Most well-rounded and versatile.
Yeah. Same. I'd rather be a Jane of all trades.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, next question. Would you rather live in a world where there is no crime or in a world where there is no privacy?
I would say I would rather live in a world with no crime.
Mm,
Because I
same.
feel like we're not gonna live in a world with no privacy. Like it's social media, it's neighbors,
Right.
people nosy. So really no crime.
Exactly. Exactly. Would you, and y'all feel free to answer in the comments too. Would you rather have your tongue pierced or have a shoulder tattoo?
Dang, I want both. To be honest, I don't know. Um, I don't know. It's hard because I'll do both. Like if I'm feeling real, like okay, my tongue pierced. But if I hear too much about the tongue piercing, I'm gonna go on my shoulder because I be hearing a lot about there's a nerve in your tongue and you can get paralyzed. I don't want that to happen to me. And
What?
that's why I didn't get my tongue pierced because my cousin got it. And they're like, there's a main nerve in your tongue, and if they hit it, I don't know, but tongue is flat. It's fat. I don't know, so I might go with the shoulder. But I actually want both of those. So
Wow, I didn't know about that nerve part. That's crazy. Like,
it really
I
is.
I think I would definitely go with the shoulder tattoo because people that know me know I love tattoos. Like, I'm actually planning on getting another one right here, but I would love to have one like right on the
Yeah,
on the shoulder.
I wanted to say Leo Queen.
Yes, come on. So, next question. Would you rather live in a country with low cost of living but horrible weather or live in a country with high cost of living but amazing weather?
Um, I guess it depends on what you call amazing weather or horrible weather. I'm always going for the low cost of living, but I like better weather. So I guess I would choose high cost of living, better weather.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely choose that because weather affects my mood the older I get. Like,
Mhm.
so if it's always, to me, bad weather is like it's raining a lot, maybe hurricanes, tornadoes.
Yes.
Like, I'm
Uh,
not, no. That's
uh,
why it's cheap because you always running for your life to for shelter and stuff like
mhm.
that. So I can't do it. I cannot.
Oh
Um,
yes, yes, Team Leo out here.
Wait, who
Uh,
else is a Leo? Who else is a Leo? I'm a
Michelle.
Leo too. Oh yeah, I forgot Michelle's a Leo. I'm gonna give y'all a pass because it's really all about the Sagittarius.
I
But
love Michelle. Michelle said I can vacation. Period. Okay.
I know
I
that's
feel that
right.
one, but that's just where my
Okay.
house is. That's not where I stay. Okay.
Same better weather. And someone else said, yes, Yasmin, come on with the tattoo. Wait, you have a shoulder tattoo, Michelle? I didn't even see that. I didn't see it last time we hung out, but I think you were covered up. So,
Okay.
oh man. And yes, I'm glad y'all are excited about the channel for Christian. Will it be on kids YouTube? No, it's going to be regular YouTube because kids YouTube is kind of complicated. So yeah, it's just regular YouTube. I tried to do it and I was like, all these stipulations, it's a no for me.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
next question. Would you rather attend a concert of your favorite band or attend a Broadway show?
I would say attend a concert of my favorite like artists.
Yeah, same. That was a close one for me because I've been to both and I do enjoy a good Broadway show, but I am like a huge music fiend and I want to sing along with them and, all of that kind of stuff.
They
So,
brought it like, oh yeah, yeah. I've actually never been to a Broadway show, so that'd be cool to actually experience one, like especially on like New York.
yeah. Yeah, I did a Broadway tour in New York. It was a lot of fun. It was actually
Oh,
really interesting too. This was like 13 years ago. It was a while, but it was a really cool tour. So yeah, I would definitely suggest that. Hello, Tara. I'm glad that you're here. Glad that you're here joining us.
okay. Michelle said
Um,
she's going to the music, to the Maverick City music tickets. This girl said the tickets was
tomorrow because I
expensive.
get paid. Wait, who? I missed it. Oh, wait. Speaking of which, I'm getting them. Yes, they still have them on sale.
Someone
Yes.
said $300. She said, "I will not be going." I was crying and laughing.
See,
I
I
did
got
not
them during the
Maverick
pre-sale. I got them during the pre-sale. So it was like what, 40 something dollars a person or $50 a person. So
Oh.
it was cheap when we got it. But yeah, I'm shocked they're still on sale though. I thought they would have sold out. But yay, we got a link up at the concert, sis. I'm so excited. So next question. Would you rather be the center of attention or go unnoticed?
Um, that's a good one. And I think it depends on what setting it is.
Hmm.
Uh I'm gonna go with the center of attention because I'm a Leo and they think that Leo's like center of attention.
No, I really thought that to myself because I was like, the humble answer would be like, oh, I'll go unnoticed. But if I'm being
Yeah.
real with myself, I want people to be concerned about me, like ask about me, like, you know, check on. So I'd rather be the center of attention, like be concerned about me, you know?
Yes, right.
I majored in theater, but would choose a concert. Yes. You know, it's such a close call. It's like maybe we want a concert in a theater, the best of both worlds, you know?
Okay, let's put it together.
Whoa, $200 ticket.
$200.
Woo, child. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, like no, $200 for four of us. So that's not bad. Like at least that's
Oh,
not bad to me. But yeah, not $200 a person. But I look forward to going. Which I know I wish you were in ATL too. That would have been a lot of fun. And I wish you were here too, Tara. Okay, last would you rather question. Would you
okay.
rather have to eat only broccoli for the rest of your life or be forced to watch an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians every day for the rest of your life?
Um, well, I hate broccoli, so I guess I'll be watching Kardashians for the rest of my life.
I love broccoli, so I'm gonna take broccoli because I'm gonna get tired of hearing Kim K and them talk, to be honest. But
I was like, I don't want to eat broccoli for the rest of my life, but I also don't want to hear them talk. But I could just and not listen, or I could just see what they do and try to figure out how to get rich like them.
mm,
So
true. What I really need is an interview with Kris Jenner,
okay,
manager extraordinaire. Okay.
okay, that's what I could do. So I'll take the Kardashians first.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, broccoli.
Yeah, as we said, that's a hard one. I'm low key attention can make me very uncomfortable, but it depends on the setting. Yeah, that's really a hard one. Everyone's saying broccoli. I do not like that show, so I guess we just eating a lot of broccoli. You know.
Okay, yeah, I actually honestly never watched one episode.
Really? I wouldn't say I watched the whole season, but like way back a couple years ago, I had watched a couple episodes in the season. And it was like, okay, like after one or two episodes, I was over it.
I'm like keeping up with y'all. Y'all need to be keeping up with me. I just
Thank
play.
you. Okay. That part, you know?
Oh yeah,
Broccoli
no.
is, I know, right? Broccoli is my favorite too, Yasmin. So okay, so that was would you rather. So now we're gonna transition
Oh,
into the actual
okay.
questions. So who
Okay.
are you? We're gonna start with that. Who is Alicia and what do you do?
I know. I was like, hold on, was I supposed to do that first? But it's okay. So I am Alicia. I guess in general, if you see my channel, you might think I do everything, but I don't know. Like I am a travel blogger. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a podcaster. So I am a content creator. I would say like by passion, but just in general, I like to do it. But also, I am an academic advisor by day. So I have my master's degree in higher education. So I like to call myself a corporate creative, we're corporate and then do my stuff creative at night. I love to travel. I also am a military child. So I was born in Tacoma, Washington, but I've lived in like 5 or 6 different states. Um, and I'm the youngest. I'm the only girl, and my favorite color is pink. So
Yes.
yeah, I think that's me and summed up, kind of.
Yeah, I love it. And I didn't know you were born in Washington State. That's interesting.
So
Yeah,
that's when you said bad weather. I was like, dang, because I was like, when I visit Tacoma, it was so nice. But everybody says that it rains and stuff, but I'm like, Ooh, dang, it's nice out there. But yeah, I was born in Tacoma. That's why I'm trying to get to the West because I feel like my heart is in the West Coast.
That makes sense.
I was
That makes
born
sense. Yeah, because I was born on the East Coast, so I'm like, I like the West Coast. I would like to live there, but it's like East Coast all day for me at the
there.
end of the
Yeah,
day.
that should be a would you rather or which one, East Coast, West
Yeah,
Coast.
that's true. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm East US. Y'all let us
Oh,
know in the
West
comments.
Coast.
East or West Coast
Okay.
for you.
Mhm.
And also, pink is my favorite color, and it's also Yasmin's favorite color. So you're in good
Yes. I
company.
love
So, what was one financial goal that you set for yourself and accomplished, and how did you accomplish it?
So I seen this question. I wanted to ask. I do have an answer, but are you talking about just in life? Are you talking about in a season, or just any financial goal?
Either one, you can answer both in life or this season, or whichever one you feel led to answer.
Because okay, so in general, a financial goal that I made was to get a salary job. You know what I'm saying? After you
Yes.
graduate, you want to get that salary job. So I would say that is a goal that I accomplished. Actually, last year I got my first salary job. Not that it was a lot of money,
Yes.
but I just was very intentional on like, okay, I need to apply for jobs that have salaries, honestly. So I just went and I just looked for jobs that like paid salaries that I knew that I was gonna get benefits for because I was getting off my parents' benefits, okay, because I turned 26. So I was
Got
like,
you.
I need a salary job with some benefits, and more or less salary jobs have benefits rather than hourly jobs.
Mm, that's true. So, what were some websites that you looked at for those who might be graduating college or, just getting in the workforce? Like, what are better websites in your opinion?
Okay, so I would say that you can use LinkedIn and Indeed and stuff like that, but I'm in higher education, so when I looked for jobs, I looked at colleges. So it wasn't
Mm,
really a website. I looked at universities, there's higher ed jobs and stuff like that that I looked at. So I would say whatever your industry is, find what like platform they use, if that makes any sense. Because
got
I have
you.
a specific platform for my jobs like that we use. So
Got you.
if you're in tech, so now I'm trying to transition to tech. So now I'm looking at tech jobs. So I just type in tech jobs platform. Then I found something. It's actually called like Ed Surge. So I use that. So
Mm.
I say find the platform that your industry is in, and then use that platform to look for jobs.
That makes sense. And honestly, like I'm a little rusty now with the job search, but I know like a couple years ago, this was like back in like 2014. So if it's not valid anymore, y'all don't come for me in the comments. But there was a tech website called dice.com, I think,
Yeah,
that
they
you
still. I think Dice is still out there.
okay, perfect. So yeah, check
No,
out Dice.
I don't use Dice, but I've heard of it. Someone, and oops, sorry, my finger.
No, you
And someone was like, "Oh, someone was like, "Oh, is this on Dice?" I said, "I don't know," but I heard that Dice might have a lot of not scams, but like I don't know if it's like all good things on
oh, it's
Dice all
all
the time.
good.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
looked at that for a while, but that's true. Because if you're trying to get in the federal government, USA jobs, like so, just try to look
Yeah,
in.
like I applied for USA jobs and they never looked at my resume, so I stopped applying.
Listen, okay, USA Jobs, because I used to work in conjunction with HR doing background investigations and stuff. So USA Jobs is a hustle. Like you're gonna apply for at least a good 40 jobs
That's
before
all my
they
parents like.
really
Do
see
USAA, do USAH. I'm not applying there. They don't. I don't have the credentials clearly because they keep on telling me no. So I'm like, I'm not about to keep applying and crying. Like, no, I'm over it. No. Do you have this? Do you have take this assessment? Take this. I'm tired of taking them assessments.
they
Okay.
literally do that on purpose to weed you out. They're like, we want you to fall off in the process. Like it's a mess, you know. But let me stop
That's
spilling industry secrets.
so crazy though because I was just on Facebook. I'm in a woman in marketing job thing. They're like, why do businesses do this? Why do they ask for a cover letter? And it's really to weed you out. And it's like it's
Mhm.
so annoying that you don't even want to do it. Like I'm tired of doing a cover letter. I'm tired of doing stuff like that. So it really is a way to weed you out. You ain't gonna weed me out because I'm trying to get this job, but I'm about tired of the job.
You're like, I'm
So
gonna get a foot in the door one way or the other.
okay, so yeah, and honestly, we don't need to be talking about job pages. We don't need to be talking about like pages to go to. We need to be talking about LinkedIn and networking. That's how you're gonna
Yes,
get the job. Like
yes.
creating your LinkedIn. And honestly, like this is what's happening to me. I changed my LinkedIn like title, and I've had now I don't know recruiters. I don't know if they all good, but some people are. They see my posts and they be emailing me. They message me and stuff like that. So I would say networking on LinkedIn is really good. if you can like find a mentor, my mentor, he told me about his job basically, not like personally
Mm,
me, but I read about it, and so I just applied there. So it's kind of like who you know and see if they can do referrals for you and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I would say like that would be the old school job thing, like job searching, like looking on websites and stuff. But I will always also say look at your network and see maybe
Yeah.
who went to your school, because when you look up jobs and when you look up things on LinkedIn, it shows you like what alumni went to this school, so you can talk to people and stuff like that. So I would try to say kind of be more strategic now and looking up companies, and just if you're interested in something, look up the company and just go to the company's website and see if they're hiring.
Yeah, your network is your net worth. Like that's so important because it's really about who you know nowadays and what you know, sadly. Because you can know everything in the world, and if you don't have the right connects and the right, foot in the door, it's not gonna get you anywhere. They're saying East Coast, so we East Coast crowd. You like no, period.
West Coast. Okay, it's too cold on the East Coast, baby. It has snow
Well,
this
you got
week.
Florida. You got Florida.
Okay, and you know Florida laws, okay?
Well, if we get into politics, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's true. That's all you know.
Yeah. Yasmin says she about to look for a job. No problem,
Yeah.
Benedicta. Yasmin, I thought you were focusing on your business. What in the world? But it's all good. I honestly understand. I'm not going to knock the hustle at all. Okay. Because I just came in from doing Uber Eats before this. So, you know. So I'm a strong believer that sometimes your environment can keep you stagnant. And so, like I mentioned before, you're no stranger to taking risks. Like if there's anyone that I know that will get up and move, it's you. Like you be relocated. Like I'm tired of this. I'm gone. Like I'm not built like that. I'm like I need to see something. I need to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. But you'll just go and you will make a way for yourself. So you relocated to Atlanta all by yourself, which is
Mhm.
something many people wouldn't do. Do you feel like relocating can have financial benefits in the long run, and why or why not?
I would say that it can be beneficial because I was coming from Kentucky. I was born in Kentucky. I was in Kentucky for a long, long time. The pandemic started. I was actually supposed to move to China, so that was even a more bigger risk. But there was no jobs. Like I said, I had my master's in higher education. There's like one college by me. I was trying to go up to a city an hour away. I wasn't getting jobs there, and so I knew that Atlanta had more opportunities in my mind than I thought. You know, they have a whole bunch of colleges out here. They have a whole bunch of nonprofits out here. So I would say it would be beneficial because when I moved down here, like a year later, I was able to get a salary job. A year later, I got raises. So it's beneficial for me if you can make the money at the job that you are trying to get to. So I would say if you have the opportunities in that city, it is definitely beneficial. But if you're just to move and you don't really see that much opportunity there, then I would say that it's probably detrimental. So I think it just depends on where you're moving and what you're looking for like what you're looking to move for. I was trying to like jet set my career, you know?
Mm, yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I feel like another good thing about relocating is that there's something about moving to a place that you're not familiar with that brings out a different grit in you. It brings out a different hustle, because sometimes, especially if you've never moved, like maybe you were just born and raised in the same town or same vicinity and you've
Mhm.
just been there all along, it's like you could get complacent in my experience. You could kind of just be like, whatever. And so for me, it definitely brought out a different level of grit. Now, I've always been ambitious. I've always been a go-getter, but getting out of the DMV area and even like the Richmond area and stuff and moving out of those states altogether down here, it changed me in a way that like relocation definitely brought out a different side that I feel like only relocation could bring out. It brings out ingenuity, it brings out, grit, all of that tenacity, because when you're here and you don't have like a safety net, you got to get it done by any by any means type of thing. So I agree, but definitely like weigh the pros and cons and find a place that's beneficial for where you're trying to go. Like you got to know where you're going for it to make sense. So
Yeah, I would say I am ambitious and driven, but I'm also over the hustle.
yeah, the hustle can definitely, it could be a lot. And Atlanta is a hustle place. Like you're gonna hustle
Yeah.
when you're here. So
Yeah, and so with that, it's like you just kind of gotta know, like you kind of really gotta be strategic. Because because I did move down here for a job, and then I had two jobs. Like a lot of people don't know, I was working like 6 days a week when I first moved down here. That's why I fell off all my content because I was working trying to get adjusted and stuff like that. And then I was able to switch jobs and get a more job, more money, less like 5 days a week. So you kind of gotta like adjust to your new city. You got to kind of know new things. But I was going to say also, I moved every single year, so I'm not really like new
Mm.
to the moving to a whole new city by myself. That definitely was new. And so also I would say moving and like knowing people, like maybe getting roommates. I know that's like that's a later question, but also it's like just knowing how to have a strategy when you move. You know, you don't want to move without having a job unless you got a whole bunch of money saved up. You don't want to move now. You probably don't want to move in the summertime because that's when it's most expensive. You
Mhm.
want to learn when to move. You want to learn like, okay, maybe I should move into Airbnb first. Maybe I should just look at places like. So you kind of want to have a strategy more when you move, so that it can be more beneficial to you than detrimental to you, and you're losing all this money. You don't have a job, but then also I would say that it did bring out that hustle because I was like, dang, I don't have no job. My job didn't start yet, so I was like, okay, let me DoorDash. I made like it might not be a lot, but the first day I went out there, I made like $70 that day, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming back like $70. Like I'm doing DoorDash every day. They're like, what you doing? DoorDash. I'm DoorDashing so I can get my
Yeah.
money. You know? So
Yeah.
it kind of just depends on your strategy.
Exactly. And Yasmin says, I agree to relocation. It's a game changer for sure. You better say that over the hustle.
Over
Right. Like
here, I'm over the hustle.
we trying to get to a
My
point where we don't
husband's
have to
like,
hustle.
sit down.
We trying to get to a point where we don't have to hustle, where we can literally just know money's in the bank. Like that's what just a little while longer, just hang on a little while longer and we gonna get there.
That's another conversation too. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about it, but the fact that I got a hustle and I got 2 degrees and I should be getting paid what I need to be getting paid. So we ain't
Listen, that we're gonna bring you back for that last.
gonna okay.
So society, while we're talking about relocating and stuff and just living situations, society often pushes the narrative that excuse me, you should have your life all together and be completely independent, like right out of college. Like you just turn 21 and boom, or 22 and everything just falls into place. However, we know that's a lie, okay, because you can
Mhm.
look at the evidence and it's not true. So do you think it's financially wise to try to be completely independent right out of college, or to try alternative routes like living with family or roommates, or to establish a solid foundation more? Like, what do you think of that whole narrative?
So I'm gonna give the politically correct answer first. It is wise to do what you can do with your budget, okay? Yeah, if you graduate, and this goes back to the college thing. If you graduate and you a software engineer, baby, you could go get your own place. You know what I'm saying? And do it. But if you graduating with loans, you don't have a job, and you can handle going back home, and your doors is open to your house, I definitely would say go back home. Okay. Or if you can't do that, but you can find a roommate, I would say that anywhere that you can cut the cost. If you have some friends from college, you can live with them. A couple of my friends, they lived together for college. I didn't live with my like friends after college because I went on to grad school. But after grad school, I did move back home for about a year. That's all I can handle. Okay. So I would say it's financially wise if you save up, but when you're in college, you're not thinking about saving up. So I would say, depending on your pockets, you should either most likely probably be with a roommate, or you can stay with your family. That's what I would say. It is wise to do that. So you can save money back up. You can get on your feet. And then, because when you get apartments, first month deposit, got to pay to turn your lights on, got to pay to turn the water on. You got to pay to turn everything on. Like, good gosh, I thought it came with the price.
Exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then they want you to make what, three times the
Three
rent.
times the rent, and the
Yeah.
apartment people do not make 3 times the rent, but that's another story
I
for
saw
that.
that meme online. I was weak. I was like,
Yes.
that's so true.
So
Especially now, like right now, people graduating from college, rent is crazy. Because when I got my first place, granted, I didn't move out right out of college. When I graduated, I stayed at home for another like year and a half, and then I got my first apartment. But my first apartment was like newly renovated, right near DC, near the train, everything. And I only paid $1,200 a month, and it was really nice, like really nice for DC. That's a good price for DC.
yeah, the fact that
So
you said $700, I know it's about 2,200.
listen, there's probably definitely about 2,300 right now, that same apartment. Okay. And then my other apartment, I had moved like maybe 40 minutes further south to Woodbridge, Virginia by Quantico. And I was paying $1,100 a month with everything included, even down to Fios, internet, cable, everything. Like all I had to pay was that rent. And that was it. And that was a brand spanking new apartment too, like sawdust still in there, all that. So, but this was like 2012 to 2014. So now we looking at totally different prices. Like you can't even get those kind of prices down here. in Atlanta. Like, not, at least not for what I've seen. Not anything that I would personally want to live in. Personally, that's me. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm rusty, but I I definitely think that if you have the opportunity, live with family, because I feel like there is a false, or roommates, but don't try to carry it all on your own, because I think there's a false kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like this pride, and I get it because I've lived on my own, that goes with having your own, but to the point of like your own detriment. So I know
Yeah.
people that would like be like, "Oh, I have my own," but you're sleeping on an air mattress and eating ramen every day. If that's the case, boo boo, get a
I
roommate.
don't
Like,
want
you know,
it.
like
I don't
like
want it.
it's not worth it. So don't
Yeah.
do something just to show off and say, "Oh, I got my own, I got my own," but you barely got your own,
You barely got
barely.
your own. Yeah, and that's true. And also, even with your parents, if you can't save with your parents, and I guess I would say not to live with your parents either. Like, if they ain't gonna let you save for real, you're just spending the same amount of money. Not probably now, but back in the day you was. But now it's probably all extra. So yeah, I definitely say that. I'm all about saving a buck, a two, a coin. So I'd be staying with somebody really, really quick.
Yeah, rent a room, something like, find untraditional ways, to do things. Michelle said my first apartment was 700 in Decatur 6 years ago. Then they gentrified the area, and 2 years later, that rent for a one bedroom went up $190. Yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. And now, like I know ever since the pandemic ended, our rent went up. At this point, we're like $300 more than what we paid when we moved here end of 2019. So end of 20, no, more than $300. We're almost
How
400.
are they able to do that?
Huh?
How are they able to do that?
Because there's no laws to like really stop them. Like they just have, it's a free for all, and then they could always use the market as an excuse, like, oh well, we lost money during the pandemic and there's more demand now, not enough supply. They can find any excuse in the book, but it's a pretty unregulated industry when you're talking about rentals. Like they have laws, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of loopholes that they can figure out how to get through. So a lot of people's rent
Renting,
since,
renting, renting. I'm thinking of like when you buy a house. I don't know. For some reason, I thought
oh
you bought
no,
a house, but it's
no,
renting.
but renting though, like since end of 2019 to now, a lot of people's rent has gone up to like $500. Like
Yeah, and it's
it's
like y'all
crazy.
aren't giving me nothing else.
Nothing. If anything, they're taking away amenities. So it's just like it's very, very draining and it's very exhausting. So if you have the opportunity to save, and you got to have a roommate or whatever, I definitely suggest you do that. So what are some things that single people, let's switch gears a little bit. What are some things that single people can do or can be doing at this point to increase their financial stability for the future?
So a couple things I wrote down was making house hack, as we were talking about. So if you do have a good job, maybe you can buy a house and you can rent out your other rooms, and that can help you, and they'll pay for your apartment too. And then I was gonna say you can start a side hustle, some uh Rondelle loves to say gig work. You can do a side hustle, you can start that. And then I would say to find a better paying job. And then I would say next to just pay off all your debt. Like pay off your debt.
Yeah, I agree. And live below your means. Because
I
I
was
know when I
gonna
was
say that,
single,
but I don't know. I just don't know how much lower we could live. The rent already high, food high, gas high.
well,
I wasn't gonna do that to them because I'm like, you can't even live below your means. Like,
oh my gosh, I'm weak. Well, that's where the roommates come in. So you might have to cut and contrive a little bit. You might have to get into couponing. And there's apps out there that had mentioned, those side hustles come into play.
rewards. Oh, rewards would be good
Yeah.
too.
So find different ways, because you got to try your best. Like, but I know, just I said that because I thought about when I was single. Like, I'm not still single. When I was younger and single, I'm talking like I'm already
You
spoken
got a
for.
man. Hold up now. Ain't no okay.
Still single, y'all. My bad. I'm speaking into existence. But when I was
Period.
younger and single, I was blowing money because I had the money to blow. Even when I was living on my own, like I had more bills. But, and granted, different economy back then, all of that, different state, everything. But I was going out every weekend, hair, nails, clothes, the whole shebang. So if that's you and you're just spending, like, you can skip the
Yeah,
hookah lounge this weekend.
frivolously spending. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really spend. I used to do that in college. Okay, I'm going shopping, I spend 200, 300, da, 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 da. I don't do that no more though. So I would say, yeah, I'm not a frivolous spender as much anymore. I do go out, but y'all be saying I be going to free things because people don't be knowing. I be like,
Yes,
what's
because you know,
free? Hey,
you know,
free
I'll be
and
the
food.
first when you invite me. I'll be like, "Is it free?" Because
Yeah, so that's another reason why I gotta get up out of Atlanta. Side note, because there's not that much free stuff to do. I'm like, I need to go to the places where they got free things. Okay, free
yeah,
parks, free beaches. You gotta pay $20 a park just to get in to get some food. Like, I'm good off that, baby. Okay,
that's
don't
what I
move
miss
to
DC
Atlanta.
for.
You said
That
what?
part. That's what I miss DC for, because DC has a lot of free stuff, like between
I even go to
museums.
the museum if it's free. Yep, let me walk
Yes,
around.
because there's not a lot of free museums here. Like, you know, DC got a ton of free museums, and really cheap festivals, event. Like, it's a great city to go for free events. I'll give it that. And even
That's
Baltimore.
noted. So I'll be going.
Yes, you need to visit. I can't wait to get back home just for a trip. But yeah, like if you're frivolously spending, just going out, eating out, going to the hookah bar, skip all of that, save that money, and put it to good use. You know, that's going to help you with your financial stability. And then go back and watch the videos that I had on budgeting and credit repair, and get your credit right and
Oh,
budget better.
yeah, I was gonna say, and then also start
Mhm.
investing early. I would say, and
Yeah,
that could
that's
be investing
important.
in real estate, investing in stock. If
Hmm.
you have a 401k, investing in that as well.
Yeah, increase the contribution if you can. You know, really try to put your best foot forward, because I think that when we're in our 20s especially, we take life for granted. We feel like, oh, I got time to get there, but it's like, start early. Like if you're coming out of college and you have that, or you're like recently removed from college, do it now. Okay, so 10, 15 years from now, you can be like, yes, I'm so glad I increased my contribution, or whatever. Like, you know, I'm so glad I invested. Yasmin said, yes, let the Holy Spirit speak through you. Right, I'm speaking like there's already a ring on my hand, but it's coming. It's coming. The
Yeah,
A High
it
Museum is free every Sunday. Oh, I didn't know that. Wait,
is.
what is it?
It's
The
every
High
Sunday.
Museum is free every
It
second
is.
Sunday?
Yeah,
Or
remember
maybe
I
it's,
was telling you that I was trying to go. And he's like, let's go next month. Yes,
oh, right, right,
it
right.
is.
Yeah,
It's free every second. I might go next month, but it's Mother's Day month. So it's Mother
I
Day.
know. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. Speaking of which, I am doing a Sunday kickback on Mother's Day. The evening, I'm gonna do a giveaway, give a
Oh,
cash
that's
giveaway for two
cool.
moms. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm mom, but
Yeah.
my coworker was like, "You got kids? Ooh, dog, that no working here. You got kids? No, thank you."
Oh man, she said, man, she said a word when she said we can't live below our means, right?
You
Like,
can't.
how low can you go, right?
Okay, period at this point. But
Oh
no,
man.
that's
Oh,
so
the High Museum. Okay, got you, got you.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
Uh-huh.
definitely gonna have to check that out. Group trip. So they say that you're, like we were saying earlier, your network is your net worth. So I'm pretty sure it's proven to be true for you, like you said. But you said your mentor had given you ways to like apply for jobs. So what are some other benefits that you got from having like a bigger network, or just networking in general? Because you've been networking a lot lately.
Um. Yeah. The question is, your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth, and
Mm-hmm.
how has it benefited me?
Yeah.
I would say that I feel like I'm still building my network. Like I'm still building it around. And so it like just having mentors. I do have a black man who's a mentor. We actually have the same birthday. I don't talk to him as much anymore, but he's the one that's in the tech industry. So when he like started doing jobs or whatever, I'm like, okay, I see it, work from home, whatever. That's cool. My other mentor is a black lady. She's like vice president or something, like a little bit lower than the vice president in the higher ed realm or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
talking to them, like they are older in their careers. So for them to like send me stuff, them to like talk to me about stuff like how to transition, how to move, that's really good. Or him telling me about like jobs and stuff like that. That's really good. So I would say mentors are really, really good. And that's why I'll be saying that I wouldn't really pay for mentorship. They're free
Gotcha.
mentors. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's through it's not through a program, it's through like a Facebook group. So I'm in higher ed, so I would find my mentors through higher ed. I do want mentors like in my creative realm. I don't feel like I have that. I'm still like working on that in the creative realm, like content world. I'm sorry.
No, you
And
good.
so I would say that me networking is really good. That's how I found out about the opportunity for my radio show. But what I do when I network, you got to go into rooms and you got to just like see what you first, you got to know what you want to do. Okay. You got to know what you want to do. You got to know what you need. And then you got to find that person. So I would suggest taking your phone or a notebook and you just, scan the room when people introduce themselves, when they talk, you be like, okay, boom, I need that person. Okay, boom, I need to talk to that person. It always doesn't go as well. You gotta know they might be in, or you don't know them, so you kind of gotta like gauge the conversation. So you gotta kind of see what they do, what they want to do. So I do think your network can be your net worth, but also you have to have a good network, and you got to know how to talk. You got to not be shy. You got to be open to just scan the room, see what it is. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go talk to whoever I need to talk to if I'm feeling their vibe and their energy.
Yeah, I will definitely excuse me, give you that because in March when we went out, you were working the room a little bit more than me because once I don't feel the energy, I'm like, whatever. Like, it's like I was just
Next
like,
person, next
right,
caller.
like the second week when we went, we were like, no, it just wasn't giving. Like, the
Mhm.
first week was great. Third week, I enjoyed myself, but that second week was like, no, not so much. So with networking, and particularly finding mentors, how do you go about like getting the mentor for people that might not know how to go about that?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I don't know. My mentors kind of came to me, which is kind
Mm,
of good. So think of your industry, and I mean, I don't know if you want to stay in your industry, you could think about maybe coworkers who are like higher up than you. But that's what I'm all about, mentorship. So I would give back and be a mentor to somebody, to help them. So I would say finding a mentor through Facebook, through LinkedIn. If you see somebody that's doing something, or if you're working at a company or something like that, and you see like, oh, they're really good, I'd love for them to be a mentor. Kind of build a relationship, talk to them, see what they're doing, see how they're going. And then that is how I would kind of build a mentorship for career wise, for life wise. um that's a really good one because I don't really have like just a life mentor,
mm,
but I would say that, I mean, anybody can technically be your unofficial mentor. So
true.
if you're using your
Yeah.
stuff like that, you can do it. But I would definitely say connect with people and just seeing what they do, and just seeing like how you can kind of give to them and like kind of see what they can give back to you. Because that's another thing that they were saying, like with your mentorship, like you don't just always want to give. So I mean,
Mhm.
take. So you want to kind of see give, like you want to see like kind of what can you do with them and what can they do for you. So I would just say if you have somebody that you want to, just go have that conversation, email them and whatnot, and just see if the least they could do is say no. So you just see if they say yes or no. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
when I was in, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sick.
No, you're fine.
Doing
We
it.
already made the
Um,
disclaimer.
when I was in college, this guy, he was saying how you needed like 5 mentors, and it was like one that looked like you, one of the opposite sex, one of the opposite race, okay, and then even maybe even someone younger than you, someone older than you, and now I can't really remember the fifth one, but neither here or there. He said 5. So
That's really good though.
yeah, so I remember that too. So it's like I'm trying to build it up, but I just don't want to be like, you're my mentor, you're my mentor, because I don't really believe in that. So I kind of just like let it flow. So like these was my mentors because I went through a program and they became my mentors. My hall
Mm,
director used to be my mentor who I worked with. So I kind of just like see who I really look up to and who I really like. And then I just try to be like, okay, oh, I would love for them to be my mentor, or try to have a conversation with them. And then in life, like you don't know, like if you have like a godmom, if you have an aunt, you have a cousin, like you could just ask them, like, oh, hey, like you really did this, I like this, and you could just ask them, like, oh, how did you do this? A lot of people are really kind of open on like how they did it and how they would go about it differently. So I would just say, kind of just be open to people who you might not think would be a mentor. But then also just like start having conversations. And in the social media world, all you gotta do is just ask somebody and you can just comment on their stuff, talk to them, and just build up that rapport.
exactly. For real though, that's really how it be.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you said that you can have unofficial mentors because when you put it like that, a lot of us, if not all of us, probably have at least one mentor in our
Okay,
lives. Like
Oprah.
there's people that we look up to, like there's people that we look up to, there's people that you glean from. So even that person, even if y'all didn't sit and say, okay, here's a contract, I'm your mentor, go through this
Mhm.
program, whatever, that's your mentor, like you're gleaning from them. So just lean into those relationships. And I like the five that you said. So that's important. Even just thinking of my life, my mom is one of my mentors. Like she is definitely someone that I glean a lot from, and she's probably like a life mentor for me because I glean
Mhm.
from her so much. And then I have like a faith spiritual mentor,
Mhm.
so I would say I have two, but I'm sure there's more that I'm not thinking about right now, to be honest. But then I've got my circle of friends who we all are in different phases of life. We're all
Mhm.
experiencing different things, like these ladies in the chat and even some people not here tonight. And so I glean from them in different ways. And I mean, I think they glean from me in different ways. So,
So
it's
like,
just,
your
I
friend
would
really
hope
could be
so.
your mentor. Your friend really could be your mentor.
Yeah, for real. Like there's definitely so many ways to go about it. So don't feel like it always has to be some formal like a mentorship program or whatever the case may be. Like it can really
Mhm.
just be someone that you look up to and that's in proximity to you. So Tara said it's the third time today that I've heard about getting a mentor. Let me start searching. Start searching, sis. She might be right under your nose. She might be right in the chat. Yasmin says I have two mentors. That's perfect. Thank you. You have a life and a business mentor. Yes, like it makes a huge difference. Great tips and advice on finding mentors. Okay, so what are two? We're going to switch a little bit more. So, what are two or three obstacles that you think keep singles from thriving financially? Now that you're looking like you're looking for the
Uh, well, okay. What was your question? Please.
So, what are two or three obstacles that keep singles from thriving financially, in your opinion?
Not having a two-income household.
Listen,
Okay, that's
send
number one.
the other income, Lord. Send the other
What
income.
is that? Okay, Jesus. I mean,
Listen, okay?
they could do it for him. They could do it for you. Okay. And then I would say not knowing where your money goes, how you were talking about earlier, how you did a live about budgeting, not knowing where your money goes, and how you're talking about you just spend, and you just spend it because you got it. So you don't really know where your money goes. So you don't really know how you can save it. You don't really know what you can do with your money to save for a rainy day or to just save that money to go into the next month. And then I would honestly say access to like access to things because when you want to buy a house, you got to say 10,000. Like, who the heck got $10,000 saved down for a down payment for earnest money? So I would just say access to things because like when you have a two-income household, and like looking back on it, like I was raised in a two-income household, so I could see like your money can work more. And so when you're one person, you really are kind of penny pinching when you don't have a high paying job. So I
That's
would
facts.
say access to things because like yeah, I want to travel, but if I don't have extra money, I can't travel. You know, I
Yes.
can't travel as what I want to do if I had another person who was paying the bills. Thank you, Jesus, and I can use my money.
Listen, we all felt that in our shot now. We're like, yes, Lord, come on, like.
So yeah, I think that is really the barriers, and then also it's like honestly, America is not set up for you to have one income household.
Come on now.
It's
Come
not
on
set up. Like,
now.
you have to have a family. Like you need another person in your house. So if you're on this live and you're a man, I'm just playing. But so it's really the access to it all the time. Like you got to do this. Think about it. I mean, like 50, 70 years ago, women couldn't even have our own bank accounts. So we're just treading back. So now that we're like single women, incomes in the house, like it's all about access. Think about who really knew like the information, like who invests, who does this. It'd be white men. So we don't really have the access to it. We don't really know. Not that we don't know the real estate agents, but like you got to have money if you want to do buy a house, buy commercial, like buy
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like you don't really have all the access to it, and then access you get access through having money. Well, if you're working a job that you can only live paycheck by paycheck, you're really not getting a step up.
Yeah, that is so true. Like you don't said a word, so many words in that one segment. I was about to be like, "What's your cash app? Let's send the collection plate around because you are
Hashtag
speaking.
solution.
Listen,
Okay.
like America is definitely set up in a way where and this is really just the grim part of capitalism where you have to continuously be on the hamster wheel if you're not privy to the information and the resources to get out of exchanging time for money. Because as long as you're exchanging time for money, like you're always going to be on that hamster wheel. So you got to have something working in the background, or a couple of things. Like Yasmin said, we need 7 streams of income. Really, we do. Like you really do. So you got to have a couple of things working in the background, a couple of things coming in, because it is so tight. And just how much society has changed in the past like 50 to 60 years, it's crazy. Like you said, in the 50s, women couldn't even have a bank account. Now we are really out here just crushing it and making business moves, but the cost of living is ridiculous. Like you can barely even survive, and it does not need to be this expensive. It really doesn't. Like when I'm overseas and I'm talking to my relatives about like how much it costs to live here, they're absolutely astonished. They're like, what? Like, because I mean, to put things in perspective, like one of my aunts, she is the second in command for Guyana's equivalent of their Department of Education. So she basically is the one that every school got to go through for them to function, all of that. And she does not make she probably makes half of what my parents bring in retirements. And she lives in a 6 or 7 bedroom house on like a half acre of land. She's got farmland in the back. She's got like 3 vehicles. She's able to travel and do what she wants to do. No problem. She's got savings, and they get paid once a month, and she is not struggling. Okay. So it's like, this is literally, she probably makes the equivalent of what like a college intern in the government would make, or an entry level position. And she's living that good. Like when we went in 2017, it was 17 of us staying in our house, and we were not on top of each other. Like we had space. I didn't have to see people if I didn't want to. That's how big her house is. So it's like the cost of living is. So that's why I told you earlier, my family's like, we plan to build on our land there, because it's just like, what's like, when you have the accessibility, you might as well use it. I understand not everybody has that. So even that in and of itself is a sense of privilege, but it's just like, it's way too expensive. And so we can't thrive financially, because I mean, even to get a better chance at life, you're already entering with debt from college, and then you got to pay off the debt. You want to buy a house
because they keep extending the deadline. Okay,
listen, I've been on deferment or forbearance or whatever the joint is for years. Okay, I've not made a payment, and my credit is not affected right now. Okay, so
that's good. That's good.
It is what it is. But no shame in my game. But yeah, it's like you're coming out starting with a deficit, and then like you want to buy a house and stuff, but there are resources.
Want to buy a house. I'm coming out with a deficit because they trying to pay $15 an hour. I made that in college. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And then the taxes when you're single are ridiculous. Like my sister gets
taxed. I got no kids don't mean that I want y'all to take my money.
Because you're not married and you don't have kids, they tax you like crazy. Like me having Christian was a blessing in more ways than one, because I'm like, listen, thank you. Like, it's to the point now where I was doing research on single parent homes for something I was going to do. I don't know if it was a YouTube video I did or what, but basically single parent homes are decreasing, not so much because people are getting married and having children, because the marriage rate is stagnant or decreasing, but it's because people are coming together and living together, even though they might not be together. So we might have a child together, but because it's so expensive to live, it's like, well, you sleep in that room over there, I'm gonna sleep over here, and we just gonna split the bills, but you have your life, I have my life. So it's like you have a co-parenting situation or cohabitation situation because it's so expensive. That's how bad that it's getting in this economy. So Yasmin said, listen, I ain't single, but this one income household ain't help me, Lord. I've been home for the last 4 years with the little money I made. The ministry really made a difference. Now I'm at 0. I know it's an adjustment. It's a huge adjustment. Like, I can't do it. So I missed another comment that you had put up, I think.
I don't know. So you gotta scroll up, maybe. I don't know.
Let me see. I think that might have been it. So she said, so even if you're one person, we still need to be bringing in the income of multiple individuals. Exactly. Like the side hustle game. It is just to survive. This isn't even living luxurious. I feel like at this point, you got to be making 6 figures just to be comfortable. Like to be able to have savings, to be able to send your kids.
You make like 6 figures ain't a lot to you.
Okay. It is tired, doors are opening, but it's taking time to get settled in the room. I know, girl, lies. We pay so much in taxes. What? Why do y'all pay so much in taxes? That's crazy. Yes, I'm living proof. Thank God for the open doors. Yes, those kids make a difference. They really do. Like they really do. But Yasmin, I thought you would not be paying a lot in taxes. That's different. That's different. But I guess it really depends, because every year they change the tax code and stuff too. So that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, so if I really feel like singles, it's partially like obviously be responsible and stuff like that, but like I had heard conversations years ago that said like sometimes you just don't have enough money to save, sometimes you really just don't. And even Sierra had mentioned that 2 weeks ago when she was here. So sometimes you just gotta try your best to get out of the hole that you're in. But the minute that you can save, even if it's like maybe someone's giving you money for your birthday or someone's gifting you or something, like try to put that aside, like try to find little ways, even though sometimes you really just are like, hey, I just ain't got it. Like, it
Yeah,
is what it is.
I'd save like
It's,
money, like taxes. You can save like your fund, your tax residual, your tax fund.
tax refund.
Birthdays, if you get lump sum, if you get like lump sum monies, I save those.
Yep. That all
Christmas
comes in
money.
handy.
Mm-hmm.
Six figures ain't cutting it with the family of six. My husband's income, read the taxes, putting too much info. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, you don't have to say anything else, sis. I don't want your husband to be like, not what you said.
Girl, does your husband have a single man?
Listen, is he willing to do some matchmaking?
Okay.
Let me stop. Let's get back on topic because we did not come here for this. This is financial.
I mean, I'm
That
kind of
is a
thought
part of
I'm
traveling, though.
single,
That
but
is, but you know what? That's another conversation that me and my mom have a lot too. And hello, Geeky Girls Journal. If this is your first time here, welcome to
hello.
the channel. But
Oh,
my mom and I talk about this a lot about how marriage is a form of wealth building. Like
it
a lot of
is
people don't realize
definitely.
that. But because
Mm.
nowadays there's such a stigma around marriage, and you have all these men out here like, I ain't getting married because she gonna leave me and take half. Half of what, sir? Half of
Half
what?
of you ain't got it. Half of that.
Half of your haircut money, like come on. So
Okay.
it's just like there's this negative stigma
It
around marriage,
is.
like women are just out to just get your money and just out to Tara, I'm trying to tell you, women are not all sharks just out to get your money. Like, is it going to help? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh nah, I don't want a man to help me out. I would want the two incomes. I would want to have someone
Yeah,
to
I
help me
want
out.
that. Mhm.
But at the
And,
end of the day, it benefits you as much as it benefits me. So it's not
and
like I'm the only one benefiting.
and even when you were talking about on your live the other day, I was watching. You were talking about like not the wills, but like insurance, when people pass away, insurance that money is left to them, like they pay into that insurance, and families do it. But Black people, we wasn't getting insurance and stuff like that, and so we don't have
Mm-hmm.
that. But White people, they be going to buy a house, going to do this because they have that insurance from their family member who passed away.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like y'all, especially those of us on here that are of the Black community, please get your estate planning together. Like figure out, life insurance, figure out your trust wills. Like that's something that we really do not pay enough attention to as a community. And there is wealth building attached to that as well as the marriage. Okay, so I feel like we definitely need to bring back the values of marriage and just pooling together because it is about legacy building. And it's not like I don't want to say marriage is a business because it's so much deeper than that, but there is a business element to it. There is a business element to it. So, marriage is a good thing. And it's a beautiful thing just to have, even from the companionship standpoint. So, haircut money, y'all. Haircut money. So, okay, they say so they say sometimes you have to switch careers. They say sometimes you have to switch careers to see financial increase you desire. And as you know, millennials are known to have zero job loyalty. Like if anyone's going to leave a job, it's going to be a millennial. So do you think that it's true that switching jobs can help you see financial increase? And, do you think you should switch jobs often? Like, because millennials are rumored, I don't know the stats, but I've heard as often as like once a year, once every 2 years, we're leaving jobs. So do you think that's too much? Do you think you should try to stick it out 3 years or so? Like what do you think?
I think during the pandemic, you learned that jobs have no loyalty to you, so you don't have to have no loyalty to no job. Okay, period.
Mm,
So we get our money, we move, we get our skills. They don't want to hire us, they don't want to promote us. Boom, on to the next job. And sometimes you do. That's why you see that there's a big shift going into tech, going into remote. You see that those jobs you get paid more because you don't have to go into the office. They're not paying for buildings and all that stuff. So I feel like you can switch careers if it's going to benefit you financially. Go ahead and do it. I feel like millennial or not millennial, get with the times and get you some more money. Because what you sitting there waiting for 30 years to making the same amount of money to then get your check and retirement check. If you want to switch careers, this is the best time to switch. There's all these I would say there's programs, there's certificates, there's everything to be able to transition to get into jobs. You can do gig work. You can become an entrepreneur. So if it's not feasing you at your job and you want to switch careers, you don't like doing what you're doing, switch careers and keep it moving. Like it's your life. You live it. You don't want to do it. You ain't got to do it.
I hear that. And y'all, don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up, and to share this out because this is a good conversation. And thank you for having us on, Yasmin. I enjoyed you being here. Be safe wherever you got to go. Even if it's not leaving the house, just be safe in general. Michelle said, man, what I would quit too fast. Like, and that's one thing. Like, I have a family friend who he is making money. Okay. Money. Honey is, homie is living good. Okay. Him and his family are good. And he was notorious for switching jobs like crazy. He was like, literally, he used to say, I go to the highest bidder. Like, whoever's going to pay me the highest, I go to them. So if that means that I start this job and 3 months later, someone else is paying me more, I'm gone. I'm gone to the next job. Like, and now he's in a really good position. So I really agree with that. Like, just jobs don't have loyalty. At the end of the day, if something were to happen to you, they're just going to put your job posting up and it is what it is. They're not going to care about you as an individual. Like they've got profit to make. They've got their bottom line to meet. And so you got to meet your bottom line and reach your goals and do what you got to do, you know? So don't be out here slaving away, you know, because our parents' generation, our grandparents, they had severe job loyalty. They would stay with a job 30, 40, 50 years, retire, get their full package. Like this generation, 40 years, 40 wets? You want me to stay for 40 years?
Do I even want to work?
Just like
I don't want to work that long, but also that's a whole different. That's a whole different time because they wasn't going getting degrees. They wasn't doing it. They didn't have all these options. They didn't have the internet and technology. So that's why I said you got to move with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Jobs define you and quitting you for robots and bots.
I know. I went to the Dollar Tree earlier by my house. There's 3 of them, but this one in particular, they literally took out 4 registers and it's just 1 register and the rest are self-checkout. I was like, I've never seen
want to do self-checkout. Like,
really? I love self-checkout.
No, well, when I grocery shop, no, because I don't want to be doing that. Like, I might as well work here if I'm scanning. That's for.
You're like, bag up my groceries.
I'd be like, oh gosh, okay, that thing's kind of heavy.
See, I like the self-checkout because sometimes I'll be splitting payments. I'll be taking plastic bags to use in the house and stuff. So I just be and I like to double bag myself because
the house.
Listen, we use those Walmart bags as trash bags. So I gotta take a good stash and I don't want them staring at me. And I take the big bags too. And then I also like to double bag. I also like to double bag my items because they be putting like 2 or 3 bottles of juice in a bag with 1 bag. I'm like, you could double bag that. Like, you know, they be real cheap with it.
Yeah, so, I just everybody being self-checkout. So I don't care. Like after I done grocery shop, like I don't care to go and scan on myself unless I have like 4 or 5 items, but I wouldn't do like a whole cart.
Got you. Me and my sister during the pandemic, we used to have 2 carts. Bless you. Michelle said I love self-checkout. We used to have 2 carts. She used to have the household items, cleaning products and stuff. I used to have the groceries, and we used to be in self-checkout like a mug, like taking our time. But the long one, the one with the belt, like we used to be there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and then I don't want to converse with people because at the checkout they be talking a little too much because we do bulk shopping. So they'll be like, "Oh wow, you got a lot of mouths to feed, huh, sir, ma'am? Oh. Bring out my grocery. Like, don't you're doing too much. You're talking a little too much. Just bring it up." So, what are some final pieces of advice and encouragement you have for singles to just thrive financially? Like, what can they do? And any final piece of advice or encouragement to just help them out?
Yeah, I would say create a money plan, invest and save. I would say create a money plan for what you see you want to do first in that money plan too, like how much you want to make and see what job is the highest bidder, see how you want to live your life, like if you do want to travel, if you do want a house, if you do like just kind of educate yourself more now. So like if you want to prepare for a house, okay, figure out like you need 2 years. This is just an example. If you need 2 year statements, because I'm not a real estate agent, but see like what you need for the future, like plan for the future and use your money to create that plan for the future. I want to buy a house. Okay, how much do I need? What do I need to be doing to prepare credit, stuff like that? If I want to invest, what do I want to invest in? Stocks? Do I want to invest in real estate? How much you want to make for how much money you need for a month to month, and see like what your disposable income is that you can get from that to save. And I would say also invest in money, but also like invest in yourself. So like if you see that you're not making enough money, invest in those courses, invest in watching YouTube videos, invest your time, read books. So like I was gonna say, there's a book talking about like I forgot her name, but I wrote it down. And it's like I'm good with money. Oh, I'm a bad A blank blank because we're
And
on
making money. Yeah, I know
yes,
that book.
making money. And then Tiffany Budgetnista, like listen to financial podcasts, listen to like educate yourself. I would say those are some good things. There's all these podcasts about money, all these YouTube videos about money. Like what I do in the morning on my way to work is I'll watch YouTube videos and I kind of listen to stuff about money. Like this girl, she was in like 30, she was making $30,000 a year. Now her net worth is like double that in what she did. So she started paying off debt and then she started getting real estate, stuff like that. So like I watch stories, I listen to stories, I read sometimes. My reading is falling off, but I would say just educate yourself, create a money plan, and then just write your money goals out, write your goals out, and just crush them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would also say pay attention to free events or affordable events in your area. So I know one organization that's really good for you to get housing knowledge, no matter where you live. I believe they're nationwide still, is NACA. So NACA, and I think it's .org. They actually help you buy a house, and they help you buy a house with low interest rates because they don't just look at your gross income and your credit like traditional lenders. They look at those things, but they really base it off of your net income and your debt to income ratio. So when you buy a house, you genuinely can truly afford it because they're looking at what you bring home, your debt, all that kind of stuff. So if you Google NACA, I believe it's NACA.org, but it's NACA. If you Google like NACA housing or something, it'll come up. There are chapters in your area, I'm sure,
It's
multiple.
like for first time home buyers.
Mm-hmm. First time
Yeah.
or second time. I know they help people resell too, but they really work with first time home buyers. And they have classes to help you figure out all the nooks and crannies. If you have a home and you need to refinance, they'll help you refinance for a cheaper interest rate. And then also, if you are on a lower income scale and you want to buy a house, Habitat for Humanity is a good option. It is a long route though. You're going to have to put in some sweat equity, but that's what makes it affordable. So instead of, no, seriously, it's like you got to put in sweat. You got to go help them. Like you got to volunteer and stuff like
And
that.
I was say, yeah, they'd be like 8 o'clock in the morning when I was in college. They'd be like, "You want to build a house?" 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. But when you get that house, it's affordable, like extremely affordable. And once you're in it, you're good to go. So even if your income goes up, it's not like they're gonna be like, "Oh, you got more money, you're out." Like you own the home, so you can get in a home paying a $900, $1,000 mortgage, and if your income goes up, you're good to go. So I would say those two for especially like I said, lower income, single moms, people that might be like, I just don't see it happening anytime soon, but you really want it. I would check out NACA and I would check out Habitat for Humanity, and then just Google programs in your area because there are so many programs out there that even I don't know them all. So look that up. And also, I wanted to ask you about networking, but let me look at these comments real quick. So, hey, Aisha, if this is your first time here, welcome. I miss a good old
Raya! Oh my gosh, that's
Me
my
too.
friend.
Oh, hey, friend.
Oh yeah, she's a travel blogger.
Hello, friend. I hope this won't be your last time here. And I ditto that sentiment. Okay, I do miss the days without the cameras, because now they be lurking. Not that I was doing anything that I didn't want a camera around, but just saying. Y'all over here laughing. I feel like I'm missing out. I see the smiles, but Yasmin, you're having FOMO. My best. Tara said, Alicia, thanks for the tips. I enjoyed this, very empowering. Like, subscribe. I look forward to hearing more. Yes, yes. Hey, Tiff. I haven't seen you in a while, sis. I hope you're doing good. I hope everything's well. You're welcome, Benedicta. I went through that program too. You went through Habitat for Humanity or NACA, Tara? But yeah, so those are two good ones. But I did want to ask you real quick. We're talking about networking earlier. So what are some ways that you look for networking events? Because you be posting good events in the group that you have. So like, how do you find them?
Well, honestly, I be on Facebook. I find groups, I find events on Facebook. And then I just be talking to people and they'll like share it like if I'm friends with them. So I kind of like go to different events. When I first got to Atlanta, I like joined Meetup, and that's how like I like seen a couple of things. So I went on a Meetup. I don't really do meetups that much, but I do Facebook and Eventbrite. And so that's kind of how I look up events as well. And I just joined a whole bunch of different groups that are interest to me. So now I'm going to join like a karaoke group, like a trivia group, like Atlanta things to do, like places to go. So I go into those groups on Facebook, and then that's when I figure out like, oh, well, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this and do that.
Got you. Yeah. So definitely get out there, y'all, because Alicia dragged me out last month and now I got the bug. I'm like, yes, because after 2 years of COVID, I was like, I'm getting the house. But now I'm like, yeah, we outside. We going out.
Yeah, so you could just type in like in Facebook your city, and then like groups will come up. So like even when I'm looking into go to another city, like I was going to Charlotte, I joined like the Charlotte single group. I ain't do nothing up in that group. In LA, I joined like the Black girls in LA. So like I just joined different Facebook groups and just see what they got going on, and I just go to their events.
Nice. Hey, I'm here for it. So we outside, Aisha. You don't know. We outside. So thank you so much for joining. Before you leave, I want you to promote everything that you have going on.
I got time. Listen, I'm just saying, yes.
Get comfortable, y'all, because it's a busy one, right?
Okay, I don't know what's going on with me, but thank you so much. I enjoyed this. So if you did not know, it's in the comments though, but I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Alicia's Adventures. I just posted a travel vlog on there, but I post travel vlogs. I post like just Atlanta content, talking about it, living here, and whoo, child, okay. And I post career vlogs, like just lifestyle basically is what I do on there. Lifestyle, fun videos. Sometimes I do some collabs with some people. So that's my YouTube channel. It's just all things adventures, have fun. My next thing is I do have a podcast. It's called Millennial Thoughts Podcast. That's where I talk about everything that they don't teach you in college, and just, you know, the transition from college to the real world. So I have all topics right now. I'm talking about finances on there as well, like building your credit, trying to live the lifestyle that you want to live. So that's what I do on my podcast. And then I also have a travel vlog, Alicia's Adventures. And of course, you know, that's about travel. And then I have a radio show where I talk about building your brand. And that airs on Thursdays at 8:15. I kind of missed it today, but it's okay. It airs, and you can yeah, I was asleep, but you can listen to that on WDRB Media, and you can listen to that on the TuneIn app radio. And I'm basically interviewing people about how they built their brand, and I'm also talking about networking was actually tonight on how to build their brand and stuff like that. And back to the YouTube channel, I interview people called entrepreneurs. It's called Behind the Brand, where I interview entrepreneurs who have started their business and who they are and how they started it. And if you love to travel, I started a new podcast called Bon Voyage the Podcast. I put the 3rd episode out yesterday. And that's just all about travel, you know. So
no, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Aisha because she said, there.
Yes, you know, that's my girl. So I got 2 podcasts, a YouTube channel, and a blog. So, you know, I'm working, and this is something too to thrive financially. I heard something. It's like, don't depend on other people for your money, because jobs are not loyalty. So if I want to be in charge of my own way, I'm gonna have all these different streams of income. So one day when I'll be making that bread, it's gonna be about 5 or 6 streams of income, you know. So you can check me out on Instagram at Alicia's Adventures. You'll be able to see everything. Bon Voyage the podcast Instagram, Millennial Thoughts Pod the Instagram, and Building Your Brand with Alicia is the Instagram. Okay, there's a lot of Instagrams. You can find me on Facebook at Alicia's Adventures. And yeah, I really be on Facebook. I'll be on Instagram. Twitter, not so much. But yeah, if you like podcasts, Millennial Thoughts is on all podcasting platforms such as Bon Voyage the podcast. So go check it out. Listen, give me a good rating. Don't be giving me no ones, okay? Because I need the people to see it. So yeah, I think that's really all I have going on. I guess that's a lot going on, you know. But that's really all I have.
And I'm here for it. So I did link most of those down below. Anything I missed, if you go to her Instagram, you'll see links to everything. Mm-hmm. So definitely connect. And just thanks again. Tara said she went through NACA. Yeah, NACA is very helpful. A lot of people I know have actually bought homes through them or refinanced and just been in a better position financially and with real estate. So check them out, y'all. But I thank you for being here. This is a good conversation. I know I done kept you up. So I'm going to go ahead.
9 o'clock, my bedtime, girl. It's okay. I got you.
So we will definitely be collabing again at some point. But thanks for joining, and you have a good night.
Yes, you too. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for chatting with us and staying up with us. And yeah, go check out my channel and have some fun and some laughs. And you won't hear my voice being so bad.
All right, girl. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. So thank you for hanging in with us tonight. This was it for the financial literacy series. So next month we will start the mental health series, and I'm pending on the guests. So just stay tuned. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Tuesday, and we're gonna do our monthly prayer and praise live stream. I always like to start the month off with that, and then we're just gonna roll on into these collabs and all that. And like I said, Mother's Day, I will be live at night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and I am gonna do a cash giveaway for 2 moms. I'm gonna give them cash app them money, so you have to have cash app. But other than that, or I might Venmo, either one. But other than that, y'all have a great weekend. Thank you, Aisha. Yes, I love you already. I appreciate that. But y'all have a great weekend. Follow me on Instagram if you want to stay tuned with everything, and then pay attention to the community tab as well. My Instagram is @official Rondelle Martin. And if you want to see me my shenanigans on TikTok, then follow me on TikTok @official Rondelle Martin. But bye, y'all.